What's up? Alright, a lot of stuff to talk about. Freaking Ugaz is going to be on fire tomorrow. And since it's the natural gas report, I'm expecting it to go way up. Freaking insane. Look at this. So this is Dgaz, and look, it's showing signs of closing in the KDJ. And look at every single time it closes. Look at that's the top of it. It touched the top. Boom. Touch the top there. Boom. Touch the top. Boom. Boom. But it was kind of silly whoever bought before it started the KDJ even touched the top because a lot of people thought it was going to break down there. But look at this. Freaking insane. I just bought like I think 700 shares of it. Freaking insane. I'm waiting for this to cross tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's going to be somewhere up here. I'm pretty sure it's going to break up overnight. Even though it doesn't really look like it, my plan is for it to be somewhere in there. Supposed to be somewhere within here. So if it's in here, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna snag it. Alright, and the way that we can confirm that it's probably gonna go up is by the KDJ. This is Weeble, and as you can see, every single time the KDJ starts to angle down, angle up in Ugaz, it starts to go up again. But this is probably the largest KDJ thing. What's it called? Gain, pretty much in a long time. There was one right here, and that was the smoothest one probably ever, and it hit a high of 37 and 37.81. And look at how smooth that transition is. If you were able to buy right here, but I would wait for confirmation. So what I love about the KDJ, it's only on Weeble, is that it shows confirmation and it shows the direction and it shows the potential and it shows an estimate of where it's going to stop. So look at this a few times, like it here, breaks up, breaks up, breaks up, breaks up, and then all of a sudden all the things are angled like this, indicating that it's going to close the next day. And now the things were all indicating that it was going to go down, which it did. But if you look at this now, it's starting to swing trade back up. And I'm not going to buy until this crosses and it looks something like this, where the purple's on top, the yellow's in the middle, and the green is on the bottom. And that is my plan. That is basically what's going on. And then I'm going to open TD Ameritrade, if it lets me. Open the TD. Cool. Alright, and then you're going to notice then you're going to find then you're going to hold on, I got to zoom out. I'm in the 1 minute chart. Alright. So, look at this was my plan. I thought it was going to break up last night. It didn't break up last night. If it did, it would have been up 19%, but it didn't. But now it's finally getting to a point where it's so oversold that it's not even worth it. But look at this. NGN20 is the most relevant basically, what's it called, indicator for natural gas. Now, using this as a resistance line, I know it's all the way down here, but look at, draw some spider webs. A lot of people don't know what these are, but a lot of swing traders and hedge funds use these. They basically are previous highs and lows to indicate where stuff could land. I don't know if what they're actually called, but I just think they look like spider webs because they usually indicate one place where there's a hard direction change. Okay, now we're taking a low and a high, and a high and a low, a high and a low, high and a low, high and a low, and you can draw diagonally, horizontally. So, the confirmation is here. We just have to wait for the confirmation. Um, so you can see that this is the largest DMA push that we've ever seen. And these, if you're wondering, these are the DMA lines. So this is the largest DMA push that we've ever seen. So if you're looking at this, you can see that it has an overall downward direction right now, but it has so much volume. And since it's so low, every single time that it's this low, it's kind of looking like this right here. Every single time that it's so low, it continues to go up. So if it goes right here, you can see it starts to cross, gets confirmation. It's confirmation. That's like 10% on Ugaz. But there's this one, NG. All right, so there's this one, which is the most recent futures. So all of a sudden, you have this. Every single time it touches the bottom, it pretty much goes up. So if you bought right here, you'd be up basically 30% in Ugaz. If you bought somewhere in between here, let's just say you got it at the worst price, you'd be up another 30% there. And if you basically bought here because a lot of people thought it was going to bounce there, this trend line was up there. So that would have been a good 50 to 60%. So now we're going to draw some spiderweb lines. And by the way, what I mean by confirmation is that it goes below the previous resistance line, comes back up, and then touches this trend. Then touches this SMA line. No, this is the SMA line. This is my EMA line. The green is my 15 EMA. So that's when I'm going to first put in my 25% of my account, is when it passes this 15 EMA. And then once it gets past that, once it gets past this blue SMA, I'm going to either buy or sell, because then it indicates a further direction change. If it goes above it like this, so the buy here, wait for confirmation, I'm already up 15%. And if it gets past the blue line, I'm going to have it go up another 16%, which is like 60% in Ugaz. So all of a sudden, it's almost the perfect time to buy. In fact, I bought, let me see. I bought 500 shares of Ugaz. I bought 500 shares of Ugaz today, about 30 minutes ago. Oh, and look we got a breakup indicator. So now every single time that there's a breakup indicator, it pretty much pushes way up. So breakup indicator. There's just a lot of things. Almost every single thing is, I'm pretty sure it's going to gap up overnight, and that's what we're here for. Now, I wouldn't buy any large position until we have confirmation of the direction. And the confirmation of the direction largely depends on the price action. Wherever the price action is, which is the candles, if it's above the SMA line or it's below the SMA line. Also, another way that you can judge confirmation is the DMA line cross. So this is the DMA. It's either called a golden cross, a MACD golden cross, or a DMA golden cross. And that's when the green line in the DMA, or the MACD, goes above the purple line. Now, you can switch those colors, but stock TD Ameritrade, it looks like this. And that's another way of confirmation. So, how you trade the next few days will depend on you, but I would suggest taking a 2% position right now to get the best price. And then, so if it continues to go down, you don't really have to worry about it. But if it starts to uptrend again, and all of a sudden you go, oh, that's good, I'm going to just get in. So 2% here, and then once it reaches the confirmation EMA line, which is this trend line, you can see it's exponential moving average 15 with 0 closed and no. And so you can just look up there right now. And then my moving average exponential is 68. So now you can see that it's really quite tuned. And so once it gets past the green one, that's confirmation. And I'd buy 25%. And then once it gets past the blue one, I'm going to buy the rest of my account on that single stock. But I also like to be backed up. So I usually have something else like TQQ or SQQ going while it's down. So I recently just started a long term. I bought here and I sold here. I didn't sell yet. But since it hit this previous resistance line, I'm guessing that it's going to go back up again. And that's what I like to do. I don't like to invest 100% of my account in one stock because that's just super, super silly. But if you spread it out, if you do most of it in one, and then you also take another swing trade on one, you don't really have to depend on more than one stock. And that's what we're talking about. But also TQQ is ready to bust up anyways. So number one, wait for confirmation. Number two, manage your position size. Number three, be careful. Number four, make sure you have confirmation. Confirmation twice. So thanks for watching.